Have you ever felt completely stuck, agonizing over the idea that if you could just figure out the right path, everything would fall into place? Like there's this one golden road you're supposed to be on, and if you could just find it, then you'd be happy, successful, fulfilled. Maybe you've replayed past decisions, wondering if you took a wrong turn, or you're frozen in place, afraid of making the wrong choice. But what if I told you there is no right path? What if this struggle isn't about finding the path, but about how trained you are to handle the path you're on? In this video, you'll learn why the idea of a right path is a myth that keeps you stuck, how your nervous system dictates what feels possible for you, not reality itself, and what actually determines whether a path feels easy or impossible. So many of us are conditioned to believe there's a single best path, and if we just figure it out, life will flow effortlessly. The perfect career, the perfect relationship, the perfect way to live. We're taught that success comes from choosing correctly, that struggle means we're on the wrong path, that uncertainty is a sign we're messing up. But have you ever noticed how two people can experience the same situation in completely different ways? One person thrives in high-pressure jobs while another crumbles. One person finds deep joy in long-term relationships while another feels suffocated. Is that because one of them is just on the wrong path? No, it's because they're conditioned, trained to handle different paths. The path itself isn't the problem. It's what you're trained to handle that shapes your experience of it. So let's break this down. Your nervous system is wired based on past experiences, what you've been exposed to, what you've adapted to, what your mind-body system knows how to process. That's why some paths feel natural and aligned, while others feel impossible, overwhelming, or terrifying. Imagine two people starting a business. One grew up in an entrepreneurial household. Risk-taking, uncertainty, and failure were normal. They launch, hit roadblocks, and keep moving forward. Their nervous system expects challenges, so they handle them. The other person grew up in a household where stability was everything. A single setback triggers panic. Their nervous system equates risk with danger. They freeze or quit. Same external path, totally different internal experience. Not because one is right and one is wrong, but because one person is trained to handle it and the other isn't. This is where people get stuck. They think if something feels hard, overwhelming, or out of reach, it must not be meant for them. But the truth is, your ability to thrive isn't about choosing the right path. It's about training yourself to handle whatever path you choose. Think about relationships. Some people attract and maintain deep, secure connections effortlessly. Others struggle, cycle through the same patterns, or avoid relationships entirely. Is that because they just haven't found the right person? Or because they're trained or untrained in emotional security, communication, and trust? The same thing applies to career success, personal growth, health, everything. If you're struggling, it's not a sign that you're on the wrong path. It's a sign that your nervous system hasn't been trained to handle it yet. I had a client who was convinced they were in the wrong career. They kept jumping from job to job, looking for something that felt like the right fit. But every time the same struggles showed up, feeling undervalued, second-guessing themselves, lacking confidence. When we dug deeper, it wasn't that they needed a different job. It was that they weren't trained to handle self-advocacy, decision-making, and discomfort. Once they trained those skills, suddenly the wrong job started feeling a lot more aligned. Same career, totally different experience. So here's something to sit with. What if your biggest struggle right now isn't about finding the right path, but about training yourself to handle the one you're on? So what do you think? I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever been stuck searching for the right path? What shifts when you think about it in terms of training instead? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear how this plays out in your life. If this idea resonates with you, this is exactly what I help people train for, shifting how they think, feel, and operate so that they stop searching for the right path and start thriving on the one they're on. If you want to explore this deeper, I've created a process that helps you rewire the patterns that shape your experience of life. The way you see yourself, your choices, your challenges, it all changes when you train for it. And for more insights like this, check out my free resources. You can find me on Instagram at Mike Wang Coaching, and I also send out a weekly newsletter packed with inspiration on these topics. Feel free to subscribe if that sounds helpful to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.